Foam Colors. I'm Erica. Today's video is the color along for the month of August. This is in A Million Little Monsters. I had put a poll out on my community tab to see which book you guys would be interested in doing a color along, and this one won. So I had originally picked out this one to color, but I noticed that over on, I think it's Kirsty Color and Sketch. I can't remember exactly whose, but somebody else on YouTube had this for their community color along. So I thought that since instead of picking one that some people might have already done, I'd pick another one. And I settled on this one. So I think this one's going to be really cute. I'm excited to do it. I did, when I was searching for some inspiration, I had originally, found all of these things for that other page, but then I found this one too. And look at the little castles, almost match exactly. So I'm going to take a lot of my inspiration from this image. I have some water-based markers we're going to use today, and then I'm going to attempt to use my Sioux Color pencils. And if they don't like what they're doing, then I'm going to end up switching to my Prismacolors, because I like my Prismacolors in this book, but I know sometimes you guys like to see color alongs that are not just Prisma related. So the markers that I'm using today, I'm using some of my Zig brushables, which I will link in the description box below. I love these things. They're one of my favorite water-based markers to use. And then I'm using some Tombow, a Tombow pen, and then a couple of local craft store pens, but it's the same as Tombow's. You could use any water-based markers that you have. You don't have to use these same ones, but the Zig brushables have a nice pastel set. And so that's kind of where I'm going to start with some of the basing today. I'm also going to use a little bit of chalk pastel for some of the sky in the background. So yeah, so let me grab that and then we'll get started. All right, so I'm going to use the Mungu chalk pastels. You can use any chalk pastels that you have. You could use pan pastel for this too if you don't have chalk pastels, and just have those. And I am going to be doing, I think I'm going to use a mix of these two colors. I think I'm going to use this old, reusing this pad here. So I'm going to start with the lighter color. So it's like a light mauve color kind of. And I'm just going to put it in the sky back here. Anywhere where I overlap characters or clouds or anything like that, I can always come back in and erase it, because the chalk pastels erase very nicely. Okay, so I'm going to do that one first, and I'm going to grab this one. We're going to do this one kind of coming in from the top of the page. So I'm going to scoop my little page up. There we go. All right. There's that. Let's dust that away a little bit. That looks cute. Might give just a little bit more color to that second layer with this mauve again. Try to blend those two together just a little bit more so it's a nice seamless blend between the two. So for this page, I thought I would do a lot of just weird, not weird colors, but unconventional colors, I guess would probably be the right term for it. I want to use colors. I don't want to use green on the trees. And I think the only color that I've picked out that you would find in nature is I'm going to use some brown on the trunks of these couple trees here. But other than that, I'm going to be going a little off colors. So, all right, I'm going to clean this up with my eraser. I'm just going to use my Derwent electric eraser and erase that, and I will be right back with you. All right, so next I'm gonna do some marker basing on some of the things around. I'm going to use this Zig Brushables. So this is from, there's two different sets. There's a pastel set, and then I think there's like a bright set maybe. And this is from that second set, and this is number 81. There's a darker color on one side and a lighter color on the other side. I'm going to be using the lighter color, and I'm just going to color the grass purple. I'm going to do it. Here we go. So we're just going to come in here with this marker and color all this grass purple, because purple grass, it does not make sense on this page, but like I said, I'm trying to go a little bit out of my comfort zone. Okay, and then I'm using horizontal strokes here, because if I do happen to get some of the like the streaking from my water-based marker, which usually happens, I can kind of cover that up with my pencil work and turn it into like a texture of the grass, sort of. Okay. So I'm going to keep going with all of this. This is all going to be purple. That's really the only thing I have planned out, was the sky and the grass. So the rest of this is just going to be kind of looking at this inspiration image and kind of going with my gut on what colors I think should be what. So this should be interesting. And I'm going to say, we're going to fix something really quick because it's going to bug me. So I'm going to say that the ground goes over here. So there's like a little hill right here, but I'm going to continue some of this. So I'm just going to draw a couple of little stalks of grass here to kind of make it look like it's still the ground. I hope that made sense. Yeah, because I'm going to color all the way over to here with the purple. At least it's a pretty color purple. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to keep coloring all of the grass purple, and I will be back with you guys here in a second. Okay, so I only went this far with the purple grass. I'm going to do a couple other colors. So I'm going to grab, I need a peachy color. Hold on a sec. Okay, I got a peach and a pink, so that's going to be the other two colors that I'm going to use in here. And I think over here I'm going to do the peach. So for this one, I'm using Tombow 850. But again, any water-based marker that you have that is close to this color would be fine. I'm going to color all of this down here. It's going to be all the same color. Because what it looks like is that there are, over here, there's a couple little hill lines. So I'm going to take that as a separation there. And that the hills on this side are just covered. So this part's going to be purple, or I mean, purple, peach right here. And then it's going to continue on with the pink. All right, and then I'm going to use another Zig Brushables. This is number 25, and I'm using the lighter color. And again, just going through and doing all of the grass that's left in this color. All right, so here's what we got so far. This is scaring me a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to use another Zig Brushables. This is number 65. I'm going to use the lighter brown color to color all the trunks of the trees. Something to remember when you're doing trees like this, you want to follow the grain of the wood. So instead of going in the same direction as you went in your background, you want to follow the wood grain on this one. Okay, so here's where I'm kind of unsure now. So you've got this beautiful little castle back here with all different colors on the roofs, and then the white. I do like that. I think that's fun. I'm gonna have to make my clouds a little bit different, but I think I'll do that with pencil. All right, so I'm going to grab a few colors and start working on the top of the castle here. Yeah, and then we'll just go from there. Okay, I'll be right back with you. Okay, zoomed in just a little bit. We're gonna get started, and I'm just gonna go with it. So again, I'm using some Zig Brushables. I'm using that same pink that I used on the grass down here on the bottom. We're gonna do a little bit of that up here. And I'm going to use the lightest color on this one. So this is another one from that same set, and this is number 52. And while these are still kind of wet, you can blend them a little bit. It's not perfect, but it gives you a nice base to work off of for your pencils to kind of work on. So I'm going to go with a little bit darker orange on this part. And then we're going to go back to the pink. I think a lot of my critters are going to be on the lighter side, so I'm going to save those ones for some pencil work. Okay, so there's one mushroom done. I really don't know how I feel about it, but there it is. Okay, we're going to do some of this one. We're going to go... So this is another Zig Brushables. This is from the Pastel set, number 803. Try that. What does this other side look like? It's lighter. That's good. That'll work. So that's the same marker, just each side is a little bit different. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one back here with that purple color as well. All right, then there are some that are yellow. So we're gonna do these ones yellow. So I'm just gonna go in with this lightest yellow marker that I have. And then I'll come in with pencils and shade that. So this one is number 502. Do these ones with yellow. Then come in again with the pink. I'm going to do this one all pink. All right, and then last I'm going to use this blue. And I don't love the blue that I have right here, but it's just going to be a base color and I can build on top of it. So, but this is Tombow 451. And then do the same back here. I'm just going to color the whole thing blue. Okay. All right, well, that's the tops. I think the next big thing that I'm going to use my markers on are the little tree house things and these big mushrooms down the bottom. So let's figure out what colors I want to do those. I think for these mushroom things down here, I'm going to use this Tombow 533. It's purple, but it's a little darker. It's like a blue purple. This one's definitely going to show the streaks. It tends to happen a lot more with the darker markers, but it's okay. We'll be able to fix it with my pencils. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this one down here. Make sure I'm in frame for you guys. Okay. All right, tree toppers. So if you look at the trees on the inspiration image, you've got a blue, like a purple to pink. There's more blue in the shrubs down here, and there's like a pink and an orange one. I'm going to try to kind of keep those colors going through. So I know I want some orange and some pink. I've got this blue too. This is more like it's like a periwinkle color. I might use that one. Okay, so I'm going to use some more Zig Brushables, I think, here. So we're just going to do, again, I'm going to try to blend a little bit with my pencils, even though it Doesn't always work, but we're gonna try. So I'm gonna do a little bit of orange up at the top. And then switch to the middle pink. And then to the darker pink. And you can kind of go back in and blend a little bit with the markers. So it's not a perfect blend, but it's all right. Definitely a good base to work on. So I'm going to have a little bit of this color and blend. And you want to make sure you don't go over it too much because it will bleed through if you're not careful. But thankfully I was careful enough on that one. You just can't go over and over and over in the same place the whole time. All right, so the inside of this is going to be all this orange color, and the bottom is going to be all pink. It's going to look crazy until we start adding shading, I think. Either that or it's just going to continue to look crazy, and I'm just going to have one crazy page in here. Okay, there's that one. Let's do this side. We're going to do some blues with this one. I am going to use this lighter blue color. So we're going to use the lightest color on the top portion. Okay, and then on the darker one. I don't know if there's, oh yeah, there's enough difference. I was like, I wasn't sure how much of a difference there would be between the two colors. All right, and so now I need this color again. So I'm going to use that on a couple of the trees over here, I think. Yeah, we'll do these two trees with blues. I'm just going to color the whole thing on this one with the light. And we'll color this one with the dark. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more place with orange. Trying to decide if I want it to be a tree or, I think I do. I'm going to use this darker color. So now that I've kind of got some colors set around the page where I want them, I'm going to be repeating colors here and there so that I have that color palette kind of spread all over the page. So yeah, I'm going to bring this peach back in. So this is 850 and I'm going to use that on this tree up here. And I'm going to use that, I think this pink. Let's do that on the mushrooms. Let's bring this purple color. Let's bring this down here and use that on this one. So we'll do it all in the lightest color. And again, I can use my little critters and stuff. I can use them to kind of balance out my colors as well. But since I have all these markers out, I might as well just get all that part done. I think for my mushrooms here, I'm going to do just a pink stalk. And then we're going to have little pink grasses too. Because why not? So really the only thing left that I want to use my markers on is I have this cat and the bunny kind of tree houses. I don't know what those are. This is a crazy page and I love it, but it's like, I don't know. It's messing with me a little bit. I think I'm going to use an orange. Yeah, I know I've got peach there, but I'm going to do orange there too for this other tree to try to bring some of that orange color down in here too. Because I didn't really want my cat to be orange, and I don't know, maybe some of these critters will be orange, but for now, we'll just have that there. So I could do yellow. That would be an option. I could also do just like a really light color. And I think I'm going to save that. I'm going to save those also for the pencils. Yes. Okay. So this is what we have so far with the markers. I'm going to grab pencils and we'll just get started. I'll talk to you again here in a second. Okay, we're going to try with my Sue colors first. So I have white, I have light blue, I have shallow orange or orange, I have Sakura and, or Sakura, how do you say that? Sakura? I can't remember. And grayish pink. I'm going to try to use this blue for my shading on all of the white, and then a little bit in the clouds, and then these colors are all going to be in the clouds too. But I'm going to start with this color for some of the shading on the castle. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a light layer of white down on everywhere where I think I'm going to use that blue to shade. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me a little bit of a base to work on. And when I put that blue down, it won't be quite as dark as it would otherwise be. And then once I get the white, or once I get the blue down, I can go back over again with white and give it a little bit more blending. And that should kind of help blend it out really well. Okay, so the whole castle has the white on where I want it. And now I'm not, my light source is just going to be straight on. So anywhere where things overlap is what's going to get shading. I'm not doing any like light sources from the side or anything. Okay, so I've got the blue down. I can come in now there with the white and blend that back out. I do not want to use a lot of pressure on this. So I'm using a very light pressure. And just kind of going. And then on the edges where they wouldn't necessarily be in shadow, I'm gonna add a little bit of blue, but I'm not gonna go all the way to the edge. I'm just gonna go do that thing where I leave a little bit of white between where I'm putting color and the line art. But like where things overlap, I'm going right up to the line. All right, so here's the other thing is when I get like to the window frames and stuff, I kind of need to decide how I want my lighting to play on the windows. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit underneath each window. I'm not gonna worry about doing it around the side. So it's just gonna be under the window. Okay, so I am going to continue shading this and blending it out. And I will have some of this on here for you guys sped up, and then we will come back and that will be all done. I will talk to you again here in a second. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this path because I'm going to have this just be it's just going to be a white path. So, but anywhere where there's shadows, I'm going to go along the edges and then like under the little characters. I might add in a little bit of pink here and there too, but I'm going to speed that up so you guys can see. But I'm going to do the same thing, white first, then blue, a little bit of pink, and we'll be good. Okay, I'm going to talk to you again here in a second. Okay, so there is the castle. I don't know if you'll even be able to see the shading that I've done very much, but there's a little bit of pink kind of streaked in there too, just a tiny bit. But yeah, so I think I'm going to do all of the windows, like the fancy window frames and door frames and stuff. I mean, that's all going to be done in like a sparkly gel pen of some sort. I haven't decided if I want it to be gold or not yet, but that's a good possibility. Okay, clouds. I'm going to do the back clouds in this purple and blue combo. So I'm going to start with the blue. So this is, again, light blue 51 in the Sioux Color pencils. I have, I think, the 180 set, if that's a set. I don't know if that's a set. 172. I don't know. It's a lot of pencils. I could probably look. Oh no, it doesn't say on the, I was like, maybe it says on the color chart, but it does not. All right, so then I'm just going to bring in a little bit of this 172. So this is grayish pink. And it's kind of purpley, but not super purple. All right, and then I'm going to use my white again. And a lot of value sets, the whites don't get a lot of love, but I really like the Sioux Color one. It has been very nice. It's not as good as my Prismacolor, but not much is, so. All right. Okay, I like the base of that. I'm gonna add in a little bit more, so I'm gonna do a little bit darker blue, I think. Let me grab, I think this 135 I'm gonna grab. So this says it's purplish blue, and it's pretty dark, but since I have a little bit of white down, it should blend in pretty nicely. And then I can come back in with the blue and the white both combined and shade that, blend that back out. But that's basically going to be how I'll do my blue purple cloud combo. And then just blend that again with the white. Adding that darker color just kind of helps you get a little bit more depth into that cloud. Add a little bit more of this color here. Try to blend that with my white. I'll probably come through and outline the tops of the clouds as well with a white gel pen or a white paint pen here at the end. This is just kind of doing whatever. All right, so hopefully you can see that, and it's not too, sometimes these Sioux Colors get a little shiny, so hopefully you can kind of see that. All right, so then the next one I'm going to use, actually I'm going to grab one more color. So I have number 158, which is pale yellow. I have 54, which is Sakura, and 167, which is shallow orange. So I'm going to use the combination of those on this this one. I'm going to start with the pink. I might grab another pink as well. I'm going to have Peach Puff, which is number 26. I'm going to start with my Sakura though, and I'm just going to color most of this part down here, like the lower areas of the clouds. It's just going to be straight color. And I'll lighten up when I get up to the top here. Okay, and then I'm going to add in that Peach Puff in like the shadowy areas. Get another layer, a little bit of this. Can also come in and add in some pink to the castle as well. But for right now, I'm just kind of blending the clouds. We're going to worry about the clouds. If I want to add more of that later, I can. I can worry about it later. Okay, I'm going to add in a little bit of this pale yellow just right at the tops. I'm going to do the same thing here on this one. Add a little bit of the pale yellow as well to this cloud in the background. Just so it's not so stark white. Okay, and then we're going to do the shallow orange for this next section here. And that's just going to kind of blend right into the pale yellow that I have on there. I don't know if you can even see, it's so light. It's so light in there. Switch into the Sakura again, number 150, oh, sorry, number 54. Just adding a little bit more pink in here. And again, darkening up this lower area. All right. Okay, I like that. I'm going to add just a little bit more of the pale yellow. And then I'm going to go over all of that with some white, just to kind of blend it really quickly. All right, get this blended a little bit better. The white does a good job, but I could also, if I wanted to keep my colors vibrant, I could also use like a blending pencil. And then the last step for this little area, I'm just going to go ahead and do it so I can show you guys what it's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and outline this. That is not white. That is cream. There's the white. I'm going to outline this with white. Right, so that's my clouds, and I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side and kind of have the same color combos on these clouds over here. So I will go off screen and do that. I'll be right back with you. All right, here's the other side of the clouds. That's all done in the background. I like the way that that's looking. Let's focus on the castle here and this cute little unicorn dragon thing in the background. I don't know what color I want to do him yet, so I'm going to focus on the colors I have here. So I'm going to grab a few colors to shade with. So I've got a good one for the purple color. I didn't put this blue color anywhere else. I'm going to have to put it in some of the little characters, I think. I might do that on this girl down here. She'll be blue. Cute. Okay, she's blue. I'll probably have to do another blue somewhere else, but I don't know where that, maybe this little character. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so let me grab my colors for some shading on the colorful parts up here. All right, I've got some colors here. We're gonna add a little bit of shading to these, the tops of the towers. This one might not be dark enough. I think it's okay. I don't need a ton of shading on this anyway, just a little bit. Oh, sorry, I'm using magenta, so this is 166. And that's just gonna add just a tiny bit of shading. On the pink areas. Okay. All right, and then I have this blue color. This is sky blue. And it's kind of, oh no, that's the wrong one. This is the purplish blue. So this is 135, and that's going to be the one for this. So that looks good there. So again, my shadows are just going to be wherever things overlap. And then like right along the edges, I'm going to add a little bit. This is kind of to define the edges of the shapes there, the roofs. And a little bit more pink back underneath there. Okay. I don't have an orange. That's something I need to grab. All right, I grabbed this one. So this is 133. This is bright red orange. But since I'm doing it on top of an orange already, going to change the color, the way the color appears a little bit. Yeah, and then I'm going to grab another orange actually. So this one is pumpkin yellow, and that one I'm just going to do so that I can get a nice blend between that pink and orange up the top there. So hold on to those colors because those will come back in handy in a little bit. Use a little bit of this pink. Blend that even better. All right, that's not my favorite up there, but it's fine. Okay, yellow. Let's do, I am going to do along the edges, but I'm also thinking about doing underneath each of these like scale shapes. So, because those would all kind of be overlapping each other. Okay, and then up here as well with the yellow. All right, so we got the purple, now we just have to do the blue. The blue's the last one. So this is sky blue, this is number 20. And this is just going a little bit on the edges. Right underneath this window. Okay, I think I like that. I am going to add some white highlights to that as well. But for now, I think that's good. Let's see if I can get this any darker over here. Just a little bit on the edges there. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, so I want to do the window frames with some kind of sparkly gel pen. I can color the insides of these guys. I'll do it something similar to what's already back there. Wait, I think this one's kind of purple blue. So let me grab a different blue. So I've got number 3 to do the little, yeah, that'll work. Okay. All right, I do need to color the door here and like the inside of the castle. We'll just make it that color. So I grabbed grayish pink and I'm going to shade it with the magenta. And then add the grayish pink again. Okay, I like that. For the door, oh, we could do the blue for the door too. I mean, I guess that would be a nice bright color. So that one is $4.51 again. Okay, these little characters. So the bat, typically I would color the bat black, but we're not doing anything normal. So let's pick a fun color for the bat. I'm going to try to stick with colors that I have kind of in here already. So with that being said, I'm thinking this purplish blue color is probably my best bet. It's going to be similar to what's over here already, but I think it's going to work the best. So I'm going to add in a little bit of shading where some of the darker stuff would be. So we're going to get a little bit on his ears, a little bit around the outside of him. I'm going to color that in. So that was the purplish blue, and now I'm using the light blue. Okay, he's cute. Let's color this ghost. Let's just make a pink ghost. All right, I need a color in between this peach and magenta, so I'm gonna grab another pink. This 126, so this is pastel pink. And we're just gonna go ahead and have a pink ghost. So I'm gonna just adding a little bit of color around the outside edges of the ghost. Okay, and then let's shade it with this Sakura color. At the end, I will be coming back through with a glaze pen to go over all of their eyes as well. So that'll bring that back out a little bit more. Okay, so the Sakura is kind of like a pinky peach, so it kind of creates a nice blend there. And I do want to give him, I need to give both of them a little bit of blush on their cheeks. So I'm going to give a little bit blush there with, and that's with the magenta. Okay, so just so you can see, these are all the colors I'm pulling from right now. And I mean, I will probably end up pulling some more, but I will try to remember to list all of these in the description box below too, so that, you know, when I say whichever pencil I'm pulling, that you guys can figure out which one that is. Okay. I've got this beautiful dragon. I kind of want to make him like completely different, but I feel like if I do that, it's just going to throw everything off. I'm going to hold off on the dragon. Okay, let's move to these little guys. These are cute. I'm going to do them the same colors, 1, 2, 3, and I think I'm going to do, we'll do blue. I'm going to use markers for these. So I'm going to use my lightest blue. The same on each side. And then I'll use a light pink. I like that. I probably should have done the purple on the bottom, but, and then I'm going to do the lightest purple that I have. All right, and these guys on the side, let's see. I'm going to make them dark pink. So I've got this Zig Brushables again. We'll do that one pink, and we'll do this one a darker blue. Okay. I hate that there's just like these weird doors on characters. That's bugging me. But since that door is there, I'll do a yellow door, I guess. I'll do yellow there. All right. So I need to figure out what color these little characters are going to be through the walkway here. Again, I could probably use my markers to color them in really quickly. I think I'm going to hold off on these guys. I think I'm going to do those with my pencils. So let's do some shading. So I want to give my markers a little bit of a chance to dry where I've just done this marker work. So I'm going to start working on the grass. So for this one, I am going to have to pull out another color. So I'm going to pull out, I think this 112. Okay, and then this is just going to be for some shading. So anywhere where there's like a tuft of grass, I'm going to add a little bit of shading behind it. And just kind of like extend it out to the sides a little bit. I hope you can see what I mean when I say that. And then I'm going to do just a light line right around the edges of the path as well. So right there, we're going to do some shading underneath this little mushroom gathering around the trees. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do for the grass here. Just to start, I think I might come back in with some pinks maybe and add in some little grasses here and there. But I'm going to finish all of the purple with this color, and then I will be right back with you guys. Okay. All right, so there is the purple added in. I'm going to use this peach puff color and just kind of add a little bit of pink in those tufts of grass to give it a nice varied look. I'm gonna use one more color, so this is medium orchid number 55, and I'm just gonna add in random blades of grass here and there. which just means little lines. Like I'm not putting anything in any kind of order. I'm just literally throwing little lines everywhere. And this is just to bring in a little bit more texture. Cover up some of the streaks from the marker. All right, that's cute. And then I've got 2 more colors to do that in. So I've got to do it with the peach and the pink. For the peach, let's go ahead and use Peach Puff, and that's going to be our shading color. All right, I'm going to grab number 27. This is the Salmon Pink. And just do a few tufts of grass everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to use my yellow, which is number 4, Canary Yellow. And add a little bit of yellow to the tufts that are on that peach color. Okay. And then last but not least, we're going to do the pink. So I'm going to use the magenta. So that's 166 is going to be my shading color. All right. And then on the grass, I'm going to do number 167. Not quite as lightened as I was hoping. I was hoping it'll be a little peacher. More peach? Peacher. More peach. That's probably the right way to say that. Okay, and then I'm going to use the same magenta again to just add in some blades of grass. And you want to try to have a sharper pencil when you start to do this, and then you can turn your... It's kind of like doing fur. You just turn your pencil as you go. All right. So there is our background. I'm hoping you can see that. It looks a little crazy, but it's the background. So we don't really have to. That's the nice thing about doing things with a busy page like this, is you don't have to be super focused on just one thing. Okay. Well, these guys are probably dry, so let's do some shading on these guys. So I'm using magenta to shade this one. Okay, and then I'll use my purplish blue for a little shading on this one. All right, and then I've got these guys here, so I'm going to use this light blue for a little shading on the purple guy down here. We've got some pink, so Peach Puff, and then Cerulean blue, I guess. Okay. We've got to do a hat. We're going to have a peach hat. It's going to be peach into yellow. Her horns. She's going to have a purple bow. And since she's got a yellow door, she'll have yellow horns. Okay, and then because I'm a weirdo, I have to go back in and add in cheeks to all these little characters. It makes no sense because they're not really characters. Okay, so I'm realizing this is taking a little longer than I thought it would, so this is definitely going to be a 2-part video. This is what we've got so far done on the first day. We did the grass, we did all the background, we did the castle and these little guys up here, and then the next video we will work on all these other little characters, and that should just be it. There should just be the 2 parts. So yeah, I think that's really cute. I like the way that it's going. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope you join me for part 2. Thanks so much for being here today, and until next time, I'll see you later.